the FNL Network talk show.
All right. Hello, everybody. It is the FNL talk show. I am joined by two lovelies, the lovely Eugenia and the even lovelier or just as lovely Jeff. I don't know how lovely I am, but I am Sean. And here I am by my fake beach because it is summertime and the living can be easy, or maybe it's not easy, but I want it to be easy and breezy. That's the time, birds are chirping, flowers maybe have pollinated. I'm excited. Kids are playing. I'm in the Northeast. It can get grim during winter. So, I am very excited because right here in June in New York City, it is rare. This month here, we have nice warm days, like going highs of like maybe high 70s, low 80s, and then it goes to about 60s at night, which Eugenia, you're in LA, that's considered every day for you. But here in New York, it never happens like that. It is normally like blistering hot all day, or it's like cold all day, or rainy all day. Never do we have like warm and sunny and then cool at night. I'm just like, like heavens are opening up. So I'm in a very happy mood about this like summertime, perfect weather, at least like the last few weeks. So, I wanted to just start talking, about seasons. We just had Memorial Day and, I grew up in Florida. So even though I love New York, I am partial to like spring and summer. People, especially in the Northeast, I don't know why, but they love damn fall. And I gotta tell you, the fall makes me sad because I know winter's coming. So to me, it's just a warning. It's like, get ready, bitch, because soon you are gonna freeze. So when everybody's excited about that pumpkin season and those lattes, I'm a little scared. But anyhow, we don't need to talk about being scared because it's summer. I'm very happy. So I want to know from both of you, like, are there any things you look forward to in the summertime? Do you have any summer traditions? And who would like to go first? Would you, Jeff? Would you, Eugenia? Who would like to go first? Who shares in my summer excitement? Do you have any traditions? Are there any things you're looking forward to? Or is it this just crazy guy with a fake beach behind him wearing a crazy shirt? Who knows?
Sean, I just love your impersonation of Matthew McConaughey with all right, or whatever. That was just perfect, spot on. I feel like you're, definitely in the mood. Thank you so much for starting this show on such a high note.
I'll take it.
I love it. Yeah, thank you for inspiring. I think it's true. LA is summer every day. Moving from Siberia, it's a huge change. I can never complain about the weather. Literally not allowed. In Siberia, people like, my face is frozen. I can't go out. Here, they just use Botox. So they're like, my face is frozen.
I paid for
it. So there's some similarities, but definitely love the summer. I don't know how about you guys, but I feel like every day I'm just grateful. If you travel a lot or do things, there's no really like, it just, you're in the moment, so there's no like, okay, I'm working 9 to 5 as an artist. You work all the time, and summer is just another season, but it's not like specific, okay, I have to take everything off and go on vacation. I feel like it's improvisational, and I'm just looking forward to be in the moment.
All right, and what about you, Jeff? You live on the beach, don't you? Son of a beach, Jeff.
Yeah, so ours is a little different here. We have winter, and then we have summertime. So when summertime comes, everybody comes out and just enjoy the beach. I am a beach boy. I grew up around the beach, but also now because I'm doing so much, I love to travel. Like, I really love to travel. My family go to Miami. I don't know if we're doing it this year because my sister moved to Elon. But yeah, that's my time to, just think about everything, relax, enjoy my family. But yeah, summertime here is a very big thing because winter it's weird. But when summertime comes, everybody come out. There's entertainment. You go down the beach, they're playing music. everybody's in the moment, especially tourists. When tourists come in town, you just like to see them in the moment as you're in the moment as well. So yeah.
Well, look, Sean has summertime all the time with his fake beach in the background. You can have it all year round, right? That's what I mean. It's like
live in delusion. If you can't, that's what I say. Like with AI, we can always create our own reality now, right? This is the perfect example. Funny enough, I live in Manhattan, which does have a lack of nature. However, I am kind of lucky. In my building is a little bit bougie, and I did write a book about deals, so I don't pay full price. So if you want to check out my book, Luxury Steals and Deals. Anyhow, my building has a rooftop, and so what I like about my building, the rooftop has a beautiful garden, it has a great view, and so during the summer, because it's not enclosed, so some of the buildings do have an enclosed rooftop as well as an exposed. Mine does not. It is all exposed. However, I can't really complain. It has grills, it has areas to sit on, so I get to take advantage when the weather is warm. And so, I'm Italian, how you doing? So I grew up in I was around kind of for the 80s into skin damage. So I still like getting some sun. I know it's not good for me. But anyhow, I like going up during the summer and getting some sun, but also like hanging out with friends, doing some wine, relaxing, going up by myself, and just, it's just relaxing and it's nice. And in a city with really no nature, and sometimes you're just enclosed, and almost like your apartment feels like a cubicle, even though it's not a cubicle, to just feel like you're out and in nature and in warmth and in the sun. So I just really love my rooftop. I love the nature, so that is invigorating to me. And so being around that from anywhere from April on to probably September, maybe up to October-ish, depending on the weather of the year, I love. And then another thing I like is I do travel a lot. Sometimes with my travel, sometimes I do a lot of public speaking. Sometimes I do miss holidays. And then even sometimes when I'm home for holidays or I visit family for holidays, if it's cold, I feel sometimes even my family, I don't know, it feels a little bit more rushed, or you're a little bit more bundled, or you're running in somewhere. So I feel like family events aren't as relaxed or as fun sometimes on a colder holiday. So I enjoy the family get-togethers in the summer here in the Northeast a little bit more. So my cousins especially tend to have pool get-togethers, or little barbecues and stuff. So the food usually is worse in the summer because is a hot dog, is a burger that exciting? I don't know. I mean, I think they tend to go more, out as far as Christmas or whatever, as far as the food quality. However, I think the quality of time and all that is a little bit nicer in the summer, and the amount of time is a little bit longer. I really appreciate that, and I kind of really enjoy that. One little bittersweet thing that I'm going to share, which maybe I don't need to, but I never shut up, so why not share it? Is that my cousins are very sweet, and when my aunt passed away, my mother is the sister to the aunt I'm referring to. Because we were starting, as people get older, aunts and uncles and people, are passing. So anyhow, my cousin, and so their aunt and then my mother, they would have a little party for my mom. And now my mom's a little bit too old to travel up, but they still have a party for all the other relatives, but they would kind of honor my mom. So now my mom's a little too old to come up, but they still have that little party for everybody else. So I'm a little sad my mom can't go, but they still have that event. So, it's nice to be a part of it. I just wish my mom could still attend it. But it's still nice to be a part of it. So to me, summer's a little bit about being with family as well, and we get together. So I don't know. I often like summer. I just do.
I love how you mentioned quality of time. This is everything. And I feel right. Coming from Siberia, it's true. People are so rushed, and it's so cold, and it's influenced from the outside, but also it is about the quality of time and being with people and not trying to to rush off. And I think you touched on something really special.
Oh, thank you. I mean, yeah, to me, it just feels a little bit more rushed in winter. I mean, not even intentionally. I think it just happens organically, maybe because of the cold, or having to get inside, or, maybe not wanting to slip on snow or something if people are older, just things that are just normal, that you don't even think about. It might be even like unconscious, subconscious, you know, or whatever that you just do, you know.
In our country, women always walk in high heels, even on the snow, on the ice. So they
Ooh.
definitely are rushing to get off
What?
that ice. Yes,
Blame 'em. Gosh.
it's true.
Wow. Well, that's why I guess you have so many different people. But I mean, but it's painful, I'm sure. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm just going to mention something that has nothing to do with nothing, but I have to. Eugenia, your skin looks effing amazing. Have you done anything in particular? You are glowing. I love it.
I'm just happy. That's all.
Oh,
Honestly, I swear to God, I don't even spend money on like sunscreen anymore. I don't know. I heard there's more toxins. I'm trying to be super natural, stripping it down to like not. I think I'm gonna discard my Porsche, and I came from London. I had this whole like epiphany of how we don't need material things anymore because I came from food line, so I was excited about material things for a long time. My Prada bags and being in fashion, you like get all the perks, but now I'm just happy.
well,
So
good. Well,
yeah.
happy it works. I
That's
love it.
good.
Bottle it and sell it. I love it. No, you're really glowing. I really love your skin.
Thank you.
And yeah, it looks really, really, really good. Okay, cool. Now about superficiality, going from how you don't want it. I mean, what I wanted to talk about is like in the summer, people tend to like, list with like vacations. So according to Google, the top flight destinations for the summer are the following: London, Paris, Tokyo, Rome, New York, Cancun, Orlando, and Las Vegas. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Are any of these places, not necessarily, I guess, for the summer, but they could be, are they on your list? Have you been to any of them? I know you travel a lot, Eugenia. I don't know about you, Jeff. I know you've been to LA, especially for the awards, because Rocco's this show and others have won awards for FNL. Anyhow, are any of these places on your list? Do you want to go to them? Do you think these places are overrated? Is it just because they're big cities? I mean, I'm just throwing that in as I just read them off. Some are maybe like Orlando, I don't know, family tourist destination. Anyhow, what are your thoughts about these destinations and why do you think they're on the list? Would you put them on your list, et cetera, et cetera? Let's start with you, Jeff. We'll switch it up.
Yeah, so I've been to Paris. Paris was amazing. I would love to go to Tokyo. I honestly would love to go to Tokyo. I think that their diversity in fashion is so different, and I would love to just go there and just experience that, how they really flow with their fashion style. So yeah, but Paris was amazing. I love Paris. I could go a million times, but yeah, Tokyo, I definitely want to go to Tokyo. London as well, but Tokyo is my top of my priorities right now.
Nice. Have you been to the others on the list or anything else pique an interest or not really? New York,
No,
Cancun,
not really.
Vegas.
Uh, Cancun is, to me, Cancun is probably just a place like a resort where you just go have fun. But I want to go and have an experience, especially when it deals with my fashion and, going to those places and experience that and experience different designers. Because when you travel far, you see so many amazing things. And I've learned that they think so out of the box, it blows your mind. So when you come back, you're just a different person, just the way you perceive things.
Of course. Yeah, I love to travel. I've actually been to all of them on the list. But what do you think, Eugenia? I'm sure you've been to all of them. But what do you have any favorites or any you want to go to again? Or what's your take on any of these cities or any city you want to go to that's not on the list?
Oh my God, it makes me think of Katy Perry's song, like that girl on the plane or something. Like, it's so fun to travel. I just love it. And Jeff, it's so true. Tokyo, I love it. It's very affordable now. So a lot of my friends are going just to explore it. It's a completely different world. It blows your mind, blows your heart, like opens it up. I think that's the point of traveling, right? And yeah, my plane recently broke in Paris. That was like a good coincidence. We were flying from Cannes and was flying through Paris. And they're like, oh, your plane is broken. You have to stay overnight. I'm like, yes. Oh my God. I have like 7 hours. I'm not going to sleep. I was like literally not going to sleep. I was going to just explore Paris, like at whatever point it is, because I love Paris. It's, just my love for life. London is booming. There's so much theater, guys, going on. The productions are amazing. Artists are just beyond, just such a high quality, talking about AI and entertainment. I feel like there's that human element in London that exists, which is like Shakespeare and like all these qualities that are irreplaceable. And I feel London is the mecca now for that, as well as fashion. I could really feel that. I love Norway. I've never been to Norway. I have a lot of amazing artists. I feel because it's so cold, maybe, and so quiet, a lot of amazing like musicians and writers coming out of it. I don't know about fashion, but I feel there's something that I would love to explore. It looks like a beautiful nature country. Would love to go to Antarctica. I never been there. They don't take a lot of fashion models to Antarctica unless the
Uh-huh.
shoot was Sports Illustrated, and they took one model, I think Kate Upton, and put her in a bikini and froze her. But I think you'll never forget it. But it was a historical cover, so we don't go on regular basis to shoot there. Would love to visit that. I mean, there's so many places. I love Amazon jungle. There's a hotel called Ariao that's built on the sticks, and it's definitely like one of a kind to visit. Yeah, there's so many places.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I love to travel. I mean, a lot of places I've only been like once. I've only been to like London and Paris once. I would love to go back to experience more. Funny enough, I don't love Rome, but I've been multiple times because I took mom, for her 70th birthday on a Mediterranean cruise. And like, so did it start and end in Rome? I think so. And so anyhow, like a lot of times, like the journeys I began or whatever ended and started in Rome. And to me, it's like, I don't know, like New York with ruins. And I found the people not to be as nice as like Florence and all the other areas of Italy. And I really love Italy. I really love Sicily. But like to me, Rome isn't my favorite. But I kept like always winding up there. So that's one city. And like I'm like, meh, but I always wind up going there every time I wind up in Italy. So anyhow, that's just like not to the point where it's like I think somehow I was on some cruise that like wound up ending there, and I had to fly back from there. And the guy's like looking at my passport. I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, it wasn't stamped here. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with Rome. And he like got so mad. I'm like, it only made sense to me. And then I was like, oh, because he doesn't know like where the boat started. I was like, whatever. I just wanted to go to the lounge and then fly home. And it's like, yeah, anyhow, whatever. I don't know. Like anyhow, logic to myself. Cancun's kind of fun for resorts. Orlando, I basically grew up in. And then the only thing is like, I don't know. To me, it seems like kind of tacky, but it's pretty cheap. So I'd probably want to go to Vegas just because I haven't been for like over 10 years. So I'm sure it like totally evolved. I mean, like I think of like bachelorette parties and like the worst part of it and people barfing and Siegfried and Roy and whatever. But I'm sure there's like all this great food and all these great shows. And I saw the O show from Cirque du Soleil, which I thought was amazing many moons ago. So I don't know. I would just like to see like what it has to offer now because I'm sure it's really evolved, as well. And then as far as trips, I might go to Portugal in September because it looks really fascinating and awesome. And then I kind of want to see the Northern Lights, and I kind of want to go to Iceland. And my last big trip was South Africa. So there's endless places to go. I mean, so many. And so I don't know the list that is most popular. Why not? Those are big cities, and I don't blame the people who want to go into Google. So you do you, boo. You do you, whoever you are, you Googlers. Go where you want to go. All right. So now let's see. Oh, so something that has really nothing to do with summer or what we were just talking about. But anyhow, what popped up when I was trying to think of like, what are we going to talk about today? And it made me a little sad, but I did go to CVS today. So that has nothing to do with nothing, but it's going to be our next topic. A lot of retailers are going under. I mean, and like for me, like mall culture, it makes sense with that. I mean, that was very 80s and things evolved. But, like I was looking online and then it's just like so many other things are going under, like, people are closing locations like CVS and Walgreens and H&M and Best Buy and Gap and Victoria's Secret and Foot Locker and Macy's and TGI Fridays and sales. And, maybe not all retailers are considered equal, but like to me, I don't know, I have a big butt. I'm kind of boxy shaped. I can't order everything online, and I like going into like certain retail stores. I mean, I can't buy like all Prada. Like, I mean, it's like not everything is going to be like a boutique store for me, you know? And also, like, even with a Walgreens or whatever, if I have a prescription drug or whatever, not everything can be delivered. You know, if you have like you pull something, or if it's uh, a certain medicine that you know is a controlled substance, you can't have that delivered. If you want to just pick up a soda or what have you, you know, you may need to go into a store, or you know, not everything is always deliverable or instantaneous. So I don't know. I like the idea of actually being able to grab something if I want to grab something. So I don't like everything going bye-bye. What do you folks think? What about you, Eugenia? Are you okay with everything going away? I don't want it to.
I want to move on a farm and start like goat yoga or something like that, so people can connect to animals and like real things. It was a huge mental problem for me personally in the like years before, a couple of years that we were in, where we couldn't connect and it was all Zoom. I am very sensitive to electronics, so I have to get out of the electronic world for a long time. And I found surfing that was very helpful. And then I went to Paris, and they have all these artisan shops that were closing because of Amazon taking over kind of in America. So, for me, it's just meant we're wired for connection, touch, connecting in all kind of, it's all about energy, right? It's all about chemistry. Even doing acting jobs, as it's all about, how do you relate to a person in a room? And we all had self tapes. So I think every industry is really affected and changing. It is definitely up to you. I mean, being a person who survived in like, post-Soviet Russian food lines, I know how to survive. I'm like, I'm gonna start a farm, and I need to do something with my hands, to be in nature, to be connected, to have a community. That's what I feel like. I spent a lot of time in London for the past 2 months, and I love it. I love being in a city where you walk out on the street. I don't feel the same in LA, honestly, being stuck in the car, plus being on the computer and self tapes. I feel like I have to reach out to people. Okay, we're going surfing, we're going hiking. And thank God to New York or something, at least, even though there's no nature, you're connected to that street life, right? So when you take out the experience of even going to CVS, it sounds kind of silly, but there's a huge article about Erewhon. There's a store in LA which is super bougie, whatever it is, overpriced, but people found it in LA that like that was their place to meet because they couldn't meet in any other places. So they would just gravitate towards food stores because they knew they could meet each other, like even with the masks. So for me, it is kind of sad, and I feel self-responsibility to adjust the life. It's amazing that you go into Portugal. A lot of my friends moved to Portugal because there's so much land, it is pretty much a community society. And yeah, we'll see where life goes. I personally need the human element. I can't just live in a virtual reality, even though I auditioned today for like being a cyborg, and it's five realities, but I can't.
What about you, Jeff? Like, can you handle like if all these retailers just keep going and going? Like, how do you feel about it?
No, I don't like it. I feel like it's a disconnect. I feel like the social skills, especially these young kids, I don't know. Sometimes you go to restaurants and stuff, and there's no, how are you doing? You just have have a wonderful day. I don't like it. I feel like that is what that's what we're wired to do, to go out and explore. And if everything we do online, we're missing the connect, like Eugenia said, when it comes to people. I love community. I love enjoying people. I don't like being isolated. That is not a good feeling, to be isolated to one place. Yeah, you can travel and you'll see people, in the midst of you moving, but I think losing them all, I'm like you, I have to go and try stuff on. I don't want to order something because I'm not shaped that, normal person, my body structure is a little different. So I do like to try stuff on and see what looks good when I'm in the mirror versus order and then have to send it back. So no, I don't like that everything's going away the way it's going. It's almost like a ghost town. Things are just vanishing. But yeah, that's my take on it. I want it back, honestly. I really do. When it comes to that, especially in the fashion world. You know, you can order stuff and there's so many different designers, but even now, you know, like the major designers like Gucci and all that, it's just you see their runway shows, but that was the thing when I was growing up in magazines, seeing what the next great trend is, and it's so diverse, but the disconnect is crazy. Like I want to go and try that stuff, those things on those items. I don't want to feel like I have to order those things offline. It's just not the same experience in window shopping.
I agree. I also feel like, when you see an item online or what have you, you don't know like the texture of the material. You can't get a sense of that. Also, colors like are very deceiving, online. I think it's almost impossible to really get a sense of it. Maybe like here on the Zoom, you can actually see a color for real. But, when you actually see like a picture of a color, it often looks, especially if it's like a graphic, it is really deceiving a lot of the times. If it's a photograph, it's a little bit better. But the way the light hits a color, it can be totally different, especially with like vehicles or what have you. It's night and day, inside, outside, the way the light hits something can make it totally different, especially, you might have something like Zales where maybe it's not like the highest quality diamond, but not everybody has unlimited resources. So how are they going to get something for somebody? And especially like, how can they even see like what it looks like on somebody's finger? What's their option then? Just QVC or Home Shopping Club? Like, where are they going to go otherwise? Like, it's just so odd to me. I just don't get it, and then even more isolating, talking about, that experience, like they have to pretend they're friends with the person on the television. Like, it's just very odd. They can't even get the experience to try to get something for a fiance or mother or mother-in-law or whatever they were going for. It's just very interesting and weird to me. And it was even showing in the article I was looking at, some major retailers, to a lesser degree, are closing stores like the Walmarts and so forth. Like not many, but they might start small, like 3 stores here, 2 stores there, and then they'll see, because of course, I'm sure, from the Amazon model, it's cheaper not to have employees. It's cheaper just to have warehouses, but how gratifying is it, for the consumers in the end? And I don't know.
Well, you know what I heard? Actually, now the CEOs, I just read about it. They don't even need to show up for a Zoom meeting. They can have an avatar who can show up instead of them for the Zoom meeting. They can program the avatar to make decisions for them, so they don't even need to be there. How crazy is that?
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow. The avatar should get their paycheck.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they actually doing? I mean, that's
Imagine, yeah, I don't know. Elon Musk is not like just having an avatar doing all the decisions. He's actually not a real person anymore. Like nobody who controls anything is a real person. I think it's kind of like a war with the robots a little bit.
well, and how scary is that? Like, politically, should we go to war? Should we launch a missile? And an avatar, it's like, that's like
We're discussing that with NATO. I think it's a big thing. We're discussing like OAIs can control, the starting buttons of whatever starting wars. So I think it's actually a negotiation if you research it.
or even like with our power grids. I mean, like they're talking about, hacking into already like our hospital systems and so forth. And, they make it sound like it's not AI, but people doing it. But that's kind of scary as well, because, somebody's on life support, you clearly don't want that to be hacked, so a little scary, and same thing, with the whole power grid for everybody. So very, very scary. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will not happen. I don't know.
Get your own farm with goats and get your own batteries. That's what I'd say. Be prepared.
If anyone out there would like to help Sean, Jeff, and Eugenia get some goats and get a farm, we're starting the FNL Talkshow Foundation, so feel free to donate today. For the price of a cup of coffee or Starbucks a day, you too can help Sean, Eugenia, and Jeff get a farm and a goat. All right. So on that note, so do you lovely folks have any goals for this summer? Well, what you would like to do, or any like wishes? Like, yeah, I know Eugenia, you're off to a happy start. You're glowing, and you're letting go some of the materialism you said. But like, what would you like to do, and what would you like to do have for the rest of your summer?
I'm working on a book, Models of Comedy. So I created the show, stand-up show with other models about anti-human trafficking. I feel like fashion business is changing so much. There's an organization called Model Alliance with Sarah Ziff, and they protect a lot of, creatives in the industry. There was no laws like SAG and AFTRA, but now they changed. They went to Congress. So I'm working on the show. We have a book that we publish with all the stories of, people who don't have a voice. And I know it seems weird because you think, oh, models, they have this amazing life, but it's actually not true. There's so much behind the scenes. So I'm really excited about that. I'm working tirelessly to give voice to people who don't have a voice in any category. It will come out in like Fashion Week in September. Working on a couple movies, hopefully. I went to RADA in London, and I want to do projects that are not AI oriented, that are more human oriented. I think it's really important where you put your conscious on and which projects you attach yourself to. So I'm meditating on that, just being more real and attaching yourself to the right projects.
Nice. And what about you, Jeff? What is this summer all about for you? What are your goals? What are your wishes? Where do you want to go?
Well, one thing I'm doing, I'm preparing to launch a company. I've been working on it for a little bit. It's dealing with the creatives, the artists. Uh, when I went into the fashion world, I didn't have people really helping me to navigate that world. So I want to take young kids, see their giftings, help them mature in their giftings so they can be very successful in the marketplace. So I'm actually birthing a company that centers around that when it comes to modeling, fashion, anything with arts like painting, poetic reading. And that's what I'm working on. And fashion, getting back into my fashion very heavy. I really wanted, that's to me, that is my happy place, is designing. And I have not been doing that as much in the last year or two, but I'm trying to get myself focused back to do that. I was I was moving a certain way when I was heavy in my fashion versus, my barbering. So yeah, those are the things I'm working on now. I'm spending a lot of time with family, laughing more, and just enjoying people, getting out, not being so sheltered because I can be very shy, and networking.
Oh no.
Oh,
Did he
well,
disappear?
he's not working right now. He could not wait. He has started that foundation. He is not taking no for an answer. He's like just getting on top of it right now. You go, Jeff. See, that is determination. Look at that. You just went right out and got going for those goals right now. You couldn't wait one more minute. That's what
I did not know what happened.
I love it. I don't know. But that's determination. You were going for that goal right at that second. I love it. Love it.
Just rolled in and said disconnect.
It's all good. You were so excited. That's energy. See, look at that. You're putting it out. That's how powerful you are, Jeff. Nobody's gonna tell you no.
Oh my God, you are
in the corner.
funny.
I like it. I like it. You're going for those goals. Boom. You're making it happen.
Yes, I truly am. Y'all have no idea. And I want to come back to LA. I want to really come there and really figure out if that's where I want to move. So, but I want this company up and running first.
Well, I have somebody
Yeah,
to connect
that's
you,
where I'm at.
Jeff. So that talking about networking, it's happening. It's gonna happen.
Yay.
Thank you.
Nice. She'll put you on the farm with the goats. I'm kidding. They're not bad. All right. So for myself, I'm going to brag a little bit, but not too much because it made me sound like some sort of NDA. So I don't even know how much I can say, but it doesn't even seem like they're a big deal. But anyhow, so whatever. Anyway, I booked a day player in something, so I'm excited about that. So it's a good little news of the day. So yay. So career stuff, but that's really actually not even the big goal for summer. The goal for summer for me was more about like giving myself in a non-AI type of way, a reboot, because it seemed like kind of like since, the pandemic, I kind of got in my own personal rut of just kind of like being like, okay, this is where I'm at. And this is kind of okay. But meaning like, I gained 10 pounds and I'm just like, oh, that's just what it is. And I'm not going to like lose it and, what have you. But now I'm like, no, I want to like, get back to like my ideal weight and get back into my ideal shape. And, also like too, I kind of got used to being like going out less and like having less of a social life. And I'm like, no, that's not really who I am. So anyhow, I've already started like switching that up. I got like a little bit of a trainer. I'm doing a new kind of wacky workout routine once a week. Started going out more, started dating more. I booked some weird little role that I can't talk about. So it seems like things are moving, shaking and moving in the right direction. So kind of excited about that. I'm excited about summer. We've got LA weather for this month until maybe it turns all hot and humid, but whatever, I'll take it while I got it. So a little bit of a reboot to start. So I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. So all good things. I'm going to say I would like to get Eugenia's skin. So make it happen, baby Jesus universe. Send us all those goats in the farm if we need it, if the world make it happen. Help us to follow Eugenia wherever she goes to keep us safe. Whatever it takes, I don't know. But I'm optimistic. I think it's going to go good. All right. That's all I got. What about you kids? Anything else to share tonight?
Thank you so much. I think it's so beautiful, Sean, what you said. It's always like evolving, and I think we've all been hibernating, right, for a couple of years, but the connection is so beautiful. So, I can't wait to connect with you guys in real life. So
Yeah.
Yes, Monday, yes. I'd love that. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Eugenia. And thank you everybody who tuned in. I hope everybody has a wonderful summer, and if you go to any of the destinations we talked to, enjoy your CVS before they close them all, get to Zales, go to H&M because girl, trouble, they're taking this shit away. So run out of these stores, enjoy it, hug each other, spend time with your family, enjoy the summertime, get a goat while you can. I'm kidding. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get over this AI. Love each other. That's all we can do. Enjoy the summer. We've got it. We love you. We love each other. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching FNL Talk Show. Thanks, guys.